Okay, in this example, we're going to help you get started with your clown or face. And a few things before we get started. We have our canvas over here already labeled. I have it already labeled with our x-axis. Remember, our x-axis goes left to right. 0 on the left side, 400 on the right side for our pixels. And then we also have our y-axis, 0 at the top, 400 pixels at the bottom. And yes, I always like to label mine a little bit with 100, 200, 300, just to give me some approximates. And yes, they're not exact, but again, it just helps me visualize a little bit better where I'd want my shapes to be located on the canvas. So a few things that we're going to take care of besides creating this face. Obviously, we're going to review how to do a background. We're going to be reviewing our ellipses that will make a circle or an oval. We're going to be able to fill in our ellipse using the fill code. And then we're going to add something to show us some notes over here on the left-hand side where we type our actual code. That'll help us find our code or just give a little bit of information without affecting our code at all. Okay, so we're going to get started here. And the first thing I'm going to do up here on line 1, I'm going to put a background in. Remember, your backgrounds for right now, they should be up there at the top, like rows 1 or 2. So I'm going to type in my background. And remember, background is used by spelling out background, B-A-C-K-G-R-O-U-N-D. Put in your parenthesis, and that'll allow us to select using our color palette. I'm just going to use like a light gray color here, just so it's easy for me to see here. Next, I'm going to place a large ellipse here on the canvas. And this large ellipse, it's going to be right in the exact center of the canvas. And it's also going to be 300 pixels wide by 300 pixels tall. So before I put that ellipse in, I'm going to put a fill color. So they say fill. I'll choose a color here. It doesn't matter to me what you choose. Maybe I'll choose like a greenish color. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my ellipse here. Again, this ellipse that I'm going to create is a circle that is going to be in the exact center of the canvas. So I'm going to say 200 on the x-axis. 200 on the y-axis. So what I did, I came over 200 and I'm coming down 200. So it's going to be right in the center of our canvas. And I want it to be real large, so I'm going to say 300 wide by 300 tall. And there you go. You can see I have a very large ellipse. What I'm going to identify this, I'm going to use some notes here. So I'm going to say face. So in order to create or use notes here, you want to put a // What that tells our code is that this is just going to be some notes. It does not affect the code line. Again, by using that // you can pretty much type anything after that, and it will not affect your code. Alrighty, so now that I have a face, I'm going to put in an eye. So I'm going to put my first eye. I'm going to put it over here where I say my left eye. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a fill color in, and I'm going to add maybe a blue color. There we go. And I'm going to add an ellipse. So I'm going to say ellipse, and I'm going to make this one an oval. And this one I'm going to bring over maybe, let's say 150 pixels. Let's see how that looks. So I'll say 150 for my X. And then it's also going to come down 150, so it's going to be right about there. So I'll say 150 for my Y. And I'm going to make this an oval. So I'm going to say 60 pixels wide by 40 pixels tall. And there you go. Now you can see maybe this eye isn't quite where I want it. I want it over just a tad bit to the left. So I'm going to show you a nice little trick here. It's called our number scrubber. So what I'm going to do here for our X, I'm going to click right on that 150. And notice I get this tool here. This tool here is called our number scrubber. If I click and drag to the right, my value gets higher, obviously, so it's going to move it across the canvas to the right. If I click and drag it to the left, it's going to make the number smaller, and it's going to move that eye or ellipse to the left across our canvas. So I'm going to make it at 125. That looks fine. I'm going to add a note before so I don't forget. I'm just going to say left eye. There we go. And now I'm going to create the right eye. So I'm going to say ellipse. And this one, let's say if I was going to put it like another 100, let's say 225. Now I know this number is not going to be correct, but I'm going to show you another cool trick. And then I'll make it the Y is 150 again, because I want it to be symmetrical. The width is 60 and the height is 40. And there you go. So now you can see that this eye is not symmetrical on the face. Yes, I could by all means use my number scrubber like we did previously, but a better trick would be to do it mathematically, so I know exactly where it should be. So a quick idea here, you're going to notice my left eye, I came in 125 pixels from the left edge. So it's 125 pixels to the center of this eye. Well, if I do this mathematically, I know over here to the right, my right margin is at 400 pixels. So if I take 400 and subtract 125, that would give me 275. And that would be the correct location for this right eye. And now they are symmetrically perfect. So there you go. I'm going to put right eye here for that value. So hopefully that makes sense. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to layer another ellipse on top of these eyes, kind of like a pupil, so it looks a little bit better. So this time I'm going to give it a different fill color. And I'm just going to give it maybe a white color. And I'm going to say ellipse. I'm going to use that same left value for the X, which was 125. I'm going to bring it down 150 because I want it right on top of that other eye. And this time maybe I'll say it's going to be 40 wide by 40 tall. And there you go. And my next one, I'll say ellipse. And this one again, I'll use the same value for the right eye, 275, 150 down along the Y, and 40 wide by 40 tall. And there you go. And I will keep building out from here and hopefully making it look a little bit more like a face each time. A few more things that you could start or continue to add. You could maybe put some ellipses up here for like hair, or maybe you could put an ear over here as an ellipse, and definitely a mouth and a nose. You could add more features here to the eye, make them really stand out and appear to look much better. If you want, you can maybe put like a hat or maybe make a neck out of some ellipses. Whatever you could dream or whatever you think of creatively, please add to it. And it will definitely continue to look better and better as you continue to add more ellipses. All right, so have some fun here. Let's make it creative. And when you're done, make sure that you save it as face or crazy clown. That would be greatly appreciated. Alrighty, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. And best luck and have fun. Take care.